Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Håkan Bobel, and in today's video we're gonna look at the reason why we should use the crop tool in Lightroom, Photoshop or whatever editing software you're using. Because I think the crop tool is a fantastic tool to use to fine-tune our images if we haven't gotten the images correct in camera when we took the image. And I think in the perfect world we will always get the images perfect in camera, but in reality I barely think that is the case, and that's why using the crop tool is a fantastic tool to use. So we will go into Lightroom, take a look at two images and see how I used it to improve those two images. Okay, so let's jump into Lightroom. So here we are in Lightroom and we're gonna take a look at two images, and we're gonna start with this one. So here we have an image. It's a self-portrait I took this weekend, and yeah, it's a fine image. It's nothing special, I think. It's kind of low in the frame, so there's a lot of space above me, and it's kind of space here on the right side, and it's kind of space here on the left side, and my eyes is, well, it's somewhere in the upper middle, not a great place, I think. So yeah, it's an okay image, but if we were to crop this a bit, if we would crop off some of this empty space here and crop it tighter on this side and on this side, and make my eyes move up kind of to here, I think the image would make more impact, and I think that the crop tool can help with this. When I took the image, I just held the camera out in front of me, and without having a flip screen, it's really hard to see how the image would become. So by using the crop tool, I can make the image appear much stronger. So if we take a look at the cropped image, which I also have turned into black and white, we can see that the image is much stronger. So here you can see, if I flip through it, that me is much more present in the image. I'm like more in your face, and I think by using the crop tool to achieve this, it makes the image much stronger. Of course, the conversion to black and white I also think makes the image much better, but the crop tool is the one thing that makes the big difference. So here we have cropped off this empty space that didn't add anything to the image, and also cropped off this space to the left and right, which really didn't add anything to the image either. So by using the crop tool, I got a much stronger self-portrait, which I think now looks really good. And if we look at this, it's an okay image, but nothing more. But this, I think it's a really good, strong image. Okay, so that was image 1. Now let's move on to image number 2. So let's jump back into Lightroom and take a look at that image. So this is an image from the same place, but here we are looking out over the competition area, which is a horse competition, a show jumping competition here in Stockholm. So yeah, once again, this is an okay image, but nothing more. I was shooting with my Ricoh GR3, so I had a fixed focal length, and I couldn't really move any closer to the subject that I wanted to photograph, which of course was the horse and the rider jumping over the obstacle. So when I looked at this image in the computer, I thought, yeah, it's an okay image. But then I started to look closer at the image, and I saw an image within the image, because I thought that this dark area with this big head, it just drew too much attention. But then I started to look at these 7, I think it's ladies with their hats on, and then I noticed these 4 people all holding a camera pointing to the rider and the horse. And then I saw the horse, and I thought, yeah, if I crop out this area and try to just keep like this in the frame, I could get a really good image. So from this image, which is kind of okay, I got this image, which I think is much stronger. Now we have the 7 ladies looking at the horse and the rider, and we got these 4 people with their camera. She's with a phone, she's with a camera, all pointing to this place. And we got the horse and the rider kind of off center, and in perfect position over the obstacle. And then we have the other horse that is waiting for his or her turn, and then we have the public here in on the other side. And I think by cropping the image, I got an even stronger picture, an even stronger story for this image than this big image. This is, yeah, it's okay, but nothing more. But this image is a really strong story about this image. So that's the 2 images that I wanted to show, and the main thing here is don't be afraid to use the crop tool. It can really help to bring out the best of your images. Okay, so that's how I used the crop tool to improve my images. So I encourage you to, if you take old images that you have or new images, but put them in your editing software and try and use the crop tool to try and make your images even better. Maybe you can find an image within the image, but just familiarize yourself with the crop tool and how it works, and see what kind of images you can get, because I think it's a fantastic tool and I use it on almost every image, even if it's just me cropping a very little bit of the image. I use it almost every time. So yeah, that's the video for today, and if you have liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and also please consider subscribing to my channel, because that means a lot to me. And yeah, I just hope to see you in the next video. Okay, bye.